Hey everyone, and welcome. In this explainer, we're going to dive deep into Psalm 93. We're using a fantastic devotional from the You Need Faith in Jesus team to figure out how we can find a really firm foundation, especially when the world feels like it's shaking beneath our feet. I mean, seriously, does the world feel out of control to you? It's a question I think we all ask ourselves. You just turn on the news, or even just look at what's going on in our own lives, and it is so easy to feel completely overwhelmed. But what if there was a deeper, more stable reality that we could actually anchor ourselves to? Well, that's exactly what Psalm 93 is all about. All right, so let's get right into it. What's so amazing is that this psalm doesn't start with the problem. It jumps straight to the answer. It just lays it all out there. The one foundational truth that is the source of all our stability, God's unshakable reign. Now, listen to that first line again. The Lord reigneth. Did you catch that? The verb tense is so important here. It doesn't say the Lord will reign someday in the future. It says he reigneth, present tense, right now. This is an active, current reality, no matter what's going on around you. And the imagery here, wow, it's just so powerful. Think about it. A human king, they put on these fancy robes to show that they have power. But God, he is literally clothed with power itself. Majesty and strength are his garments. And that phrase, girded himself, that's like rolling up your sleeves. It means he's ready for action. He's actively ruling. And the direct result of that? A world that is so established it cannot be moved. Now, this isn't just an Old Testament idea. It connects perfectly to the New Testament. The Apostle Paul says that it's in Jesus that all things consist. That literally means they are held together. So the king we're reading about in Psalm 93, that's Jesus. He is the one actively, right this second, keeping the entire universe from just flying apart. Our stability isn't in our circumstances, it's found in him. And the psalm keeps going, explaining why his reign is so incredibly secure. You see, it's not like this is some new thing. His throne, the very symbol of his authority, has been established of old. And here's the real kicker. God himself is from everlasting. I mean, think about what that really means. It's totally different from any human ruler, right? Presidents come and go, kingdoms rise and fall. But God's reign? It has no beginning. It has no end. It can't be voted out or overthrown. He's completely outside of time. So the same God who holds your future, he's the very same one who has been sovereign over every single moment of history. Now that's stability. Okay, but the Bible is also super realistic. It doesn't just float up in the clouds. After laying this incredible foundation of God's total sovereignty, the psalmist does a turn. It looks straight at the chaos, the forces of opposition that we all see and feel every single day. Just listen to the repetition here. It's so intentional. The floods have lifted up, the floods have lifted up, the floods lift up. You can almost hear it, can't you? That relentless, noisy, crashing assault. The psalmist isn't ignoring the threat. He's staring it right in the face. And yeah, these forces are loud, and they are intimidating. So, back in the ancient world, floods were like the ultimate symbol of chaos. Just pure, uncontrollable, destructive power. And for us today, well, our floods might look a little different. Maybe it's that constant wave of anxiety, or the really loud voice of cultural opposition, or just that personal turmoil that feels like it's about to pull you under. The symbol might change, but the feeling, it's exactly the same. It is loud, it's powerful, and it feels really threatening. And right there, just when we're feeling the full weight of that chaos, the psalm makes this incredible, triumphant turn. It acknowledges the power of the floods, but only to declare that there is a power that is infinitely greater. So yeah, the floods are mighty, and their noise is relentless. The opposition can feel absolutely overwhelming. The psalmist just lets that hang in the air for a second before he drops the ultimate truth. This, right here, this is the anchor for your soul. The Lord on high, meaning he's in a position of total, supreme, untouchable authority, is mightier. And we're not talking a little bit stronger. No way. His power absolutely dwarfs the loudest noise, the mightiest waves that chaos could ever throw at us. And you know what? This isn't just some nice, hopeful promise. It is a demonstrated, proven fact. The king's power over chaos, well, it's not just a theory. I mean, just picture one of the most incredible moments in the entire Bible. Jesus, the king from Psalm 93 in human flesh, is in a boat in a raging storm, and he just stands up and speaks to it. He tells the sea, "Peace, be still."
And what happens? Instant calm. The chaos had to obey him, immediately. That's the exact same power from the psalm, but now we see it wielded in person. He really is mightier.
Okay, so God is all-powerful. His reign is totally secure. That's amazing. But what does that actually mean for us day to day? How does that change the way we live? Well, the psalm doesn't leave us hanging. It finishes by giving us two solid pillars to build our lives on. This final verse, it grounds us in two things that are completely unshakable forever: the reliability of God's word and the reality of his character. So let's just break that down real quick. First, thy testimonies are very sure. That's just a way of saying that God's word, everything he's promised, everything he's commanded, the whole Bible, it's 100% reliable. You can bet your life on it. And second, holiness becometh thine house. That means purity is just the natural, fitting atmosphere around the king. It's who he is. And again, we see this echoed so clearly in the New Testament. The Apostle Peter says we have a more sure word. He's talking about the scriptures, and that we should pay super close attention to it because it's like a flashlight shining in a really dark place. It is totally reliable. All right, so we have all this amazing truth. Now for the big question. How do we actually use it? How do we stand firm when those waves start crashing? Well, the psalmist gives us a game plan. It really boils down to three practical steps. First, trust God's sure word. When you feel unstable, build your life on the reliable promises of the Bible. They are rock solid. Second, pursue a holy life. Now, this isn't about earning God's favor. It's simply our natural response to our amazing King. We want to reflect his character. And third, and this is so crucial, fix your eyes on the King. We have to stop staring at the size of the waves and start focusing on the supreme authority of the one who is mightier. So, as we wrap up, let's make this personal. We all have floods in our lives, right? So the question is, how will you consciously and practically anchor yourself in the reality of God's unshakable reign this week? Thank you so much for joining us for this devotional explainer. It was brought to you by the You Need Faith in Jesus team. We really hope it's been an encouragement to you and a real source of strength.